morning, everybody. Corinne here, and we're going to start off today with a little gentle stretch. So follow me to my mat. So I have a couple things here. This is called a TheraBand. I don't know if you guys can really see it, and what it is really. Actually, I'll get a couple of things for you guys that I have. It's one of these bands. Maybe not closer so you can see. It's kind of been used up a little bit, but it's one of those little rubber bands you can do. You can also tie a knot. You can tie it to the door. You can do arm and leg things that I'll be showing you guys later. If you don't have one of those, there's a belt. You can use this for Pilates as a Pilates ring. It's really good for a lot of things. It's even good to use as a strap. What about a necktie? Perfect. You can use that too. You're a scarf person? Fine. There are plenty of things you can use. Plenty. If you don't have any of those things, you can use rag, towel, or a t-shirt. A very old pair of joints. Just kidding. All right. I'm going to sit down my little lucky pillow here. And I'm going to put on what's called my little yoga socks. Yoga socks. Why do you have those? Well, I have to tell you, when I first started wearing these, I was like, oh no. No. In between the toes, and the toes are separated. And, and I remember wearing these back in the 70s. It was a big thing for Christmas. My sister bought me every color there was. My sister. It's crazy. My crazy sister. So, they have the grippies on the bottom like the babies do, the baby socks, so they don't slip and fall. And then they make toes kind of peek out. And they have some with the little strappies that are cute, and some that are just regular socks. I mean, slip-ons. So I like these because I've noticed that I'm having a hard time with my mats and the slippage on them. So I'm playing around with different things, especially since I have carpal tunnel. It definitely adds to frustration, yeah? Okay, so the best thing to do is to find a comfortable place to sit. We're going to start off with a strap. You can probably get these on Amazon, by the way. Your doctor, if you're in physical therapy, should have given you one. So if you have it stuck in a drawer somewhere like I did, that's why it looks like this. Pull it out. Okay, so I'm sitting on a little pillow. You can see it's pretty old, so it's like really only an inch thick. And I'm sitting on the edge of it, so just my tailbone, my coccyx is nice, and my tailbone and my spine are all aligned. Yes. Again, I hope I said my name. My name is Corinne. Okay, we're going to start off with our strap. We're just going to start off by laying it in our palms. Nothing major. And we just want to hold it like we would hold a tray. Okay? We're just going to hold it right here, elbows tucking into the rib cage. And then kind of just, I'm going to turn to the side so you can just see my spine and how I'm sitting. So make sure it's not like this. And if you're sitting on the edge of a chair or the couch, whatever, you can totally do that. But again, don't sit like this. Try to sit tall. So what that means is pulling the pee gas, sucking it all up into your belly button. So you're pulling that pelvic floor up and into the diaphragm area, okay? Getting everything to connect, and maybe you just pull out those little flesh spots so those sit bones can sit tall. And then you notice there's a big difference between this and that. So when I say engage the pelvic floor, people usually just tighten their glutes. If I tell them to do Kegels, it's just, men, I don't know if you know what that is, but anyway, women do. So when I tell you to suck the pee gas in, so it's kind of like truly want to just pull all that back up and in and utilize those muscles. All those muscles or all those are abdominal muscles connect with your pelvic floor. So it's very important to connect those. It really helps connect dots when you're older, just saying. All right, so we have our tray, elbows up. Okay, and here I'm gonna let my shoulders slide back down like ice cream cone sliding down a wall. Yeah, we have a tendency to do this, and if you have a kyphosis like I do, or lordosis, it's going to be hard to sit straight. So, like I said, sit on a pillow. And if you're still doing this, that's okay. Just imagine maybe a little ball here, a little tangerine between the neck and your chest and chin, to keep you from doing this or this. Okay. Keeping those elbows squished in, shoulders down. Arms are pulled up and in. We're going to breathe. And let go. We're going to breathe. And let go. Inhale in. Hold it. And let it out. So really the magic is in the breath. When you breathe in, the mind still wants to be in control. So that's why people are trying to be more mindful, calm down, breathe, all this that you're hearing. It's very, very important to focus on that inhale. Because what the inhale does is it supplies food to every cell in your body. Your heart, your lungs, your veins, carpal veins, I know the name of them, I can't think of it right now. But you know, the oxygen gets through everything, even your organs, your brain, I mean, everything needs oxygen. So it's very important to breathe, but a lot of the times, like right now, I'm talking, I'm saying all these words, and I just keep rolling it out of my mouth without taking a real inhale. So what does that do to my body? See how slow that inhale was? It cuts the circulation off. So, can be such an amazing pill, quick fix, hack, whatever you want to call it. So it's very important to focus on your breathing. All right, so we've done about a billion reps of those already, so let's just rest those arms down. We're going to inhale and exhale. So again, make sure we're not doing this as we got tired of sitting. Pull the P and gas up and in. And make sure the ribs aren't popping, yeah? Pull that back. Use those transverse abdominals to kind of just hug you in. So it's almost like when you cough, yeah, the ribs come in, or you laugh, they come in, they hug. Those transverse are the ones that are working. Abs aren't just a six-pack. It's a lot of things happening all over the body and through the back and around and slings. And so there's a lot of things to it. So sitting here, just sitting, it's probably going to be rough and painful. So that's going to be challenging for a lot of us. So really focus on your breath. And if it feels good to switch out those legs, change it out, you know, at any time. Listen to your body, know your limits, but surf your edge, okay? Switch out those legs. Let's do a little more on those arms since I talked the whole time. All right. Big inhale. And exhale. Got our tray. Now from here, we're going to inhale. Exhale, we're just going to reach that tray out. We're going to drop those shoulders in. Inhale. And exhale. Careful not to pop those ribs and just bring it forward. You're just moving the arms. So we're just going to articulate and get some movement through the arms, a little mobility through the shoulders. Just make sure they don't come up here. We really want to try to keep those shoulders peeling down away from our ears. And that's really hard. That is making all of these muscles here and down here pull that shoulder blade down. So you should feel it in a lot of places, including here. So a lot of things here are working. Okay, last one. And nice and easy. Around and facing again. Sit back on my old trusty pillow. All right. We're just going to leave the hands here. We're just going to drop the chin down onto the chest. And again, cough and zip up those ribs. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale. And exhale, take it down. Inhale. And exhale. So go over to the right. Inhale. And exhale. Peel those shoulders down. They tend to come up. Inhale. And exhale, lift it up. So, depending on how it feels to you, whether you're inhaling or exhaling, just remember the breath is one part of the movement, the exhale is the other part. So I don't want you doing something like that. I want you to, or one breath per move. Really focus on that breath. All right, let's take the strap out. Our tray is going to come out. So before we did this, and we brought it out, and we brought it back in. This time we're going to bring it out and up, and down, and inhale, and exhale out, and up, and down, and in. Again, watch the shoulders. Inhale, and exhale. We're just going to keep going. Careful not to let this happen. Keep those palms down. They tend to want to rise up. If you notice mine, we're doing this because it's easier, right? It's much easier if I do it like that. But bringing it back down here is going to cause your shoulders to go up. So you're going to have to be mindful. And again, it's going to work all of that. So that's that. All right. Big inhale and exhale, adjust your seat, maybe switch off those legs again. Well, let's take that strap. So a little tension in it, not too much. If you want to wrap it around, you can. I kind of like some freedom in my fingers. I feel a little too constricted and I always lose. I start to use my shoulders and, all of this up here. So I want to really make sure that I'm not. So if I hold it like this, palms up, and hold that tension, I'm using more of my back. That's down here, and my chest, my biceps, triceps, everything is kicking in. So again, cough, pull those abs in, suck the PDAs in, shoulders feel down. We're going to inhale, and exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, bring it back. Inhale, and exhale, extend. Keep the elbows in, and exhale. Watch the shoulders. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. So find your comfort zone. If it's too much to hold it, take a breath and then bring it in. Just take it out, bring it back. Inhale and exhale. I'd rather have you get the mobility in the shoulders, the stability in the spine. Play to just move what you need to. The core is activated, your lats, your obliques are going, your pelvic floor is engaged. Everything's working. Multi-activity, those little muscles that are alongside your spine, holding you straight up. And last set. And release. Roll out the shoulders. All right. So we're going to do a little twist. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. Just make sure a couple of things. any injuries, you're not twisting. Pregnant, you're not twisting. Okay, so listen to the body. It's really easy for people just to go and twist, and that's how, first of all, they get injured. So I'm going to turn to the side again. I have some discs that are protruding, bulging, and in my neck and in my, I think it's 1.5, 5. Anyway, I'm going to take my left hand down. Legs can be anywhere, okay? If you prefer to cross that right one under and that left one over on the top, that's fine. If you prefer just keeping your legs crossed because you're lucky you're even on the floor right now, that's fine too. If you're in a chair or on the sofa, just keep legs parallel, feet are hip distance, knee to hip distance, and everything is, stacked like you would if you were standing on your hips. So left hand's going to come back and it's just going to press against my low back, my glute. I'm going to take a breath and then I'm going to make sure I'm not leaning like this, like, yeah, okay, thanks. Stay nice and tall. Press away. Use your fingertips, not just the palm of your hand, especially if you have carpal tunnel like me. It's really hard to, depending if you have carpet like I'm on right now, it's a little harder to have balance and do some stuff. So I do have a folded harder mat underneath this ribbed mat, and it's almost like a towel, but the carpet tends to be a little unstable, so I must use all of my muscles, and you should anyway. All right, so the right hand is going to come up on the inhale. And then on the exhale, I'm going to pull my belly in so my whole torso twists just a little bit so my right hand can lay on that knee. And then I'm going to pull the chest through using my fingertips here, breathing. And then I'm going to exhale and gaze over my shoulder. This is Pug. Say hello, Pug. I'm Pug. Her nickname is Bush. Last breath. Sorry for the downward dog. And I'm going to inhale. Yes, thank you. And exhale. All right, so let's do the other side. Right hand's going to come down and around. If you can't place it right here, there's also blocks and pillows and things that you could use to help, just get a little more height. Just make sure that your wrists are always protected. And like I said, you're using your fingers. So again, coughing, pulling that pink gas up and in so that my abs are engaged, helping my torso twist, right? Inhale. And exhale, my right hand's left hand's going to come down on my right knee. And I'm going to breathe in again. And then exhale slowly. Trying not to lean into my shoulders. Pug. And then everybody wants a 15 minutes of fame, apparently. It's true. It's true. Okay, thank you. Thank you, lover. All right. Let's go ahead. Can I get up on all fours, please? All right, so also have a long list of injuries, and I was close to 200 pounds, so I know what it's like to be overweight and not have any muscles, and to be injured and have muscles go into atrophy. So it's not easy and it's painful, especially since you haven't been working or any of those muscles, or if you had an injury, trying to get on all fours is probably going to be tough also. So again, I'm going to roll my mat up for my wrists. And again, there's that blue one that's underneath this one. And I'm just going to press this down, and it keeps my palms a little more elevated than my fingers, which is what the angle that I want. And then you just kind of have to figure out the angle of the pointer and thumb finger. Usually they want them widespread and like this pointer. But really, when you have carpal tunnel, you have to do what's best for your hands and wrists. So if that's still too painful, then you have the forearms too, but you tend to do this, and go, oh, my neck and shoulders. So it's really important to keep the abs in and separate the shoulders, and not to do this, but to keep a nice neutral spine. Also remember, if you have carpal tunnel, well, for me, I'm not a doctor, so let me say for me, it was very painful when I first started doing cat and cow, inhaling and then exhaling. The reason why it was painful for my wrist was because I was a typist for many years, and using these muscles in a different way, something I was not used to. So it took some time for my muscles to become engaged again, to remember what their job was. So, we're just here mooing like a cow, careful not to creak the neck too much, shoulders are down and back. You just really want to stretch out that spine. And I press my fingers and I move through my arms and chest. Then as I exhale, I really roll that spine around like a scaredy cat and holding, trying to gaze into my belly button, really rounding through the thoracic, getting my kyphosis. Now, I'm going to take a few steps back, open my knees wide, big toes, if possible, touch, and I'm going to sit my glutes down onto my heels and just allow my hands to come. Take a break. Now, if you have a pillow or a mug, because you can't really rest down, you can always do this. This is child's pose. You really want to just get into a position where you're comfortable and allow those hips to open. Because remember, we don't normally sit like this. Children are pretty flexible and they sit like this. They can let things go. They don't care. It's like, dreamland. Yeah, don't forget the breathing. Very important. All right. So this next pose I'm going to show you is downward dog. So downward dog is not for anybody who has high blood pressure, eye problems, or anything like that. So really watch yourself if you have high blood pressure. You can always check with your doctor too before you do anything. Say, hey, look, I saw these stretches, blah, blah, blah. It's a twist, it's this and that. Do you recommend I should do this? And they'll tell you, yeah, I think it's a good idea. Let me see it. They should anyway. All right. So you can either stay here in your cat and cow. That feels better. Or you can tuck the toes. And you can just send those hips back. And I like to keep my knees bent. But make sure you're not here. I see a lot of people here because, first of all, it's hard to do a downward dog. But if that's the case, maybe walk the feet up a little bit and keep the knees bent. And lay the belly onto the thighs. Okay? What you want to work towards is working the chest completely onto the thighs, the arms in between the ears, and eventually those legs right there. And you're going to take a few breaths. Really work those fingertips, those toes. Breathe in. And then out. Let that head hang and maybe a little gentle yes. Please, oh no, thank you. And just let those shoulder blades slide down towards the glutes. Again, breathe. We're going to drop those knees down. Child's pose. Return to your normal breathing, slow and controlled. Remember, short and shallow breathing is going to give you lightheadedness, might make you a little dizzy. So really focus on controlling your breath. Work on getting that exhale much longer than the inhale. And if you're a visual person like I am, visualize as you inhale The breath coming into the body, into every cell, and filling it with life, light. Yeah? Okay, so we did some cat and cow. Let's do some side stretches. Okay, we'll do some legs and straps. Just a little bit of arms. We'll touch on some more arms next week. So we're going to do some side stretches. And again, if you want to sit on a pillow, that's fine. I'm going to stay down on the ground. And for me, I am going to have my legs straight. Much. I have this rolled towel. I can put it under my knees, just to give my knees a little bend. A lot of times, if we have really tight hamstrings or glutes, it's really hard for us to forward fold. You know what I mean? So just take care of your body. Do what you need to do. Let me get this mop out of the way really quick again. All right. And I want you to watch the feet, that you're not really focused too much on how the feet are going. I want you to focus on the whole leg, okay? So really focus on pulling that flesh out, getting the sit bones down, and keeping the back of the leg pressed into the mat. This lady come to join the party. All right, who needs a haircut really bad? I'm sorry, she looks like a foolish cockroach. All right, so we're going to do a little side stretch. So the arms are going to come out. And I'm going to place my right hand down as my left hand comes up. Right elbow comes in towards my hip. And I'm going to gaze straight ahead towards you. And I don't want to just crunch over. It's going to pull, not stretch. I want to lift out of this left hip, keeping the booty glued to the mat. Lifting out of the rib cage and over a little beach ball or cactus on your foot. And then I'm going to inhale back to center. You can do this in bed in the morning before you get up. I have to reach over my thigh and over that cactus, keeping that right hip down, stretching, and inhale. This is just a really slow stretch. If you were sitting on a couch or a chair, you would do the same thing. The hand can come down under the chair. You can hold on to the arm of the sofa. Other side of the and remember to pull the pee and gas in. So those low abdominals, the pelvic floor are working. That's it. So we're going to bring it back. Bring our arms. Wiggle out those feet. That was her cue to get petted, apparently. So that's what my feet were attached to me for, to pet her. Okay, so we're going to do what's called saw next. So I'm going to walk my legs a little wider. Okay. I kind of like this. At first, I didn't really like it. I thought saw. I don't get it. So really, really focus on the breath here. It's going to be an inhale here, and as we exhale to saw, we're going to try to saw off our baby toe. We're going to do 3 quick exhales. Kind of making that saw sound, and then we're going to inhale back up. And as we do that, the back hand is thumbs down, and the front hand is thumbs up. Okay, so it's going to look like this. We're going to inhale, pee and gas, up and in, and exhale. Inhale. All right. Inhale to center. Exhale, flip the thumbs down. Exhale. Inhale out. Remember, don't round the spine. And gas up and in. Inhale. And exhale. So pay attention to your feet. Make sure that one foot is not coming in front of the other so that you can reach. Do you see what I was doing with that? You want to stay. So if you're not reaching very far, it doesn't even matter. All that matters is you are trying to reach for that baby toe. And I want you to really pay attention as to your progress. You don't see you watching TV in bed. All right, last set. How those arms feeling? All right, roll up the shoulders. Ooh. So you guys thought, oh, that's all we're gonna do with the strap down, open arms. Are your arms burning yet? Because all this stuff that we were doing, still engages those arms. It still gets them to work. Yeah. All right, so let's see what's on the agenda besides getting the toys off my mat. All right, let's do a little bit of ab work. Ab work, this is general stretch, yes. So we're gonna do a little bit of that. So always coming down on the ground. One of the biggest things that I learned is getting up and down off my mat. This is a great way to do it. So, just clasping underneath and then also pulling yourself up so that you have something to hold on to. It's like a little rocking chair, it helps. And again, if you don't have that, but you have a strap, I'm going to double it and have a strap to get me down, okay? All right, so let's find a nice, comfortable lay on the mat. Okay. Keep your strap handy because we're going to use that for a stretch on the legs. All right, so we're going to bring the knees one at a time into tabletop. So make sure it's not here. It's here. And then bring the feet down. Now, how did that feel in the low back? Did it bother you? If it did, you have a towel. I have that kyphosis in the back, so I have to make sure that my low back is comfortable and level, and there's no pressure. And then I have a neutral spine. So I really want to make sure that's there. And then from here, I'm just going to walk my feet, make sure that the heels, knees, and hips are in line, hip distance apart. And I'm just going to tilt my pelvic floor up so they're above my hip bones. And then I'm going to tilt it back down. Ooh, my back is cracking. And inhale it back up. Use your heels to lift the pelvic floor. And then exhale, use those abs to send it down. Now be careful here again. Watch your spine. Do what works best for you. If it's too much, don't do it. And then nice and easy, we're going to come to a neutral spine. Hey. Oh. Sorry. Thank you. Oh, that's what you wanted. I knew I was sitting on something. So the next thing that we're going to do is as we tilt that pelvic floor, we're going to do what's called a pelvic clock. So imagine this is 12, 6, 9, and 3, right? So we're going to rock our pelvic floor. So I don't want to see this though. Okay? Not that I can see that. I want you to keep a steady torso and hips, and I want you to internally rotate your pelvic. Okay? So from here, we're going to go to 12, 9, 6, 3, 9, 12, 6, 3, rock, back, 12, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 12, 9, 3, 6, 12, 12, 6, 6, 12, and back, and last. Let's do a couple of circles around the clock. Other direction. Slight movements and release. Rock those knees side to side. Keep the torso here. Breathe. You can allow the neck to fall opposite direction. And then bring it back to center. Okay, so that's the beginning of our abs, just to really feel what's going on down here. Because a lot of times, especially after having children and being older, we tend to lose a lot of the muscles, especially if we're sitting for our jobs, because it cuts the blood circulation, blood supply off to those areas, and it gets atrophied super quick. So if you're having trouble holding in incontinence, this would be one of the best things to do. So again, remember what I said, squeezing that pee and gas up and in, okay? All right, keep that slight engagement of holding the pee and gas, okay? Just slight. All right, now with that being said, it should take a little pressure off that low back whenever you're standing too, and you feel that low back come in. Go ahead and lift one knee up, and then the other. Don't forget to keep those abs engaged, because that's what's gonna protect the low back. Then I'm going to shimmy a little bit on this towel because it's, there it is, right where it needs to be. All right, now make sure those knees aren't too far in, because we use the connection with the abs that are connected to those quads. Hands are gently alongside, gently pressing into that. So use those hands and fingers. Flex some feet, breathe in, and out. Breathe in. And out. This may be enough work for a lot of us. So if that is, then stay there. So from here, we're going to take the left foot out and do a toe tap. And I'm going to reach it far, far, far and tap it down once. And use these abs, pull the quad, low abs are working. Other leg on the exhale, reaches away, taps down, use those quads and those low abs, bring that in. Ooh, and again, inhale and exhale. Careful how far you bring those knees in. Do as many as you can. And last step. And one at a time, bring those legs in. Ooh, windshield wiper. So when you set the pee and gas in to keep the pelvic floor here, that little diamond here, nice and firm, it pulls everything up and in. It engages everything because you're trying to hold everything in, right? So it makes sense. If I said do some Kegels, it wouldn't feel the same. If I said engage your pelvic floor, it wouldn't feel the same. If I say suck that pee and gas in, you don't want to pee in your pants and poop all over, you're going to go, right? And a lot of things are going to engage. So that's what we want. We want to get all those muscles that we don't normally use engaged. All right, if it feels good to bring one knee at a time in to rock and roll, do so. All right, let's take that strap. We're going to take it onto the left foot and do a little bit of legs. And because I have the grippy socks, it's not going to go anywhere. I can do whatever I want. Ta-da! Left tuck, ta-da, tuck, tuck, tuck. Okay? Sometimes if you have a strap, you can tie it, hook it around the ball of the foot. Always the ball of the foot. It is the strongest part of your body. Left hand, right hand at the bottom. If it's too much to straighten that left leg, bend the knee. The hamstrings are probably super tight. So this is probably going to be like, oh man, I don't know about that. So if you have the rubber band, it's a little easier to be able to get flexibility and mobility in those muscles. Just remember not to lock any of your bones, okay? Because you don't want to lock the bones, and it's bone on bone, and none of the muscles, ligaments, and tendons are working. And that's deceiving. That's not what we want. We want to get everything working, right? All right. So if you have a straight leg, all we're going to do is flex and point. Flex and point. So this is just foot mobility. We're going to work the ankle, the foot, okay? Pointing the toe, everything's working. If you have your knee bent, you're still going to point. Flex, point, flex, point, flex. Now this time we're going to hold the point, and we're going to flare the toes out and scrunch. Flare, scrunch, flare, scrunch. If you don't have a strap, you just have a towel, it's okay. You're just pretending like you have one, that's even better. And hold back. Flare, and then nice and easy. Bend the knee. Take the left hand to the top of the strap, if that feels good, and allow yourself just enough looseness as you bring that left leg out to the left. Keep that right hip from bringing down. It's not about how wide you can bring this left leg down. If you're flexible and it comes all the way down, good for you. Just make sure that right hip is down on the mat. So if it calls you to leave your right leg falling open, so that also gets a stretch, which I love to do, great. Otherwise, left elbow down, you're gently holding onto that strap, and your inner thigh is, hello, flex that foot. Flex, 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 feel away, kicking that inner thigh, breathe, and exhale. Breathe, and bring it on up. Right hand, top of the mat, left hand comes out to a T, palm down. If it feels good to straighten that left leg, do so. Remember, this is just a gentle stretch, so we're just going to take that left leg over to the right. And you're going to feel this outer IT kick in all the way down. If you have plantar fasciitis, oh my God, all these are going to be fantastic. And you're going to feel all of this stretch. I have sciatica, I have all of the above. So just try to keep that left hip from rising too much. You want to keep that hip bone down and just get the muscles, ligaments, and tendons to stretch. Remember, you're not yanking, tugging, or pulling. You're just allowing the band to get a little bit of stretch. It's just aiding it. It's not pulling it. It's not doing anything harsh. And then we're going to flex the foot. Ooh, get a little bit different stretch there. Now, if it feels good, you can turn the top of the foot up to the mat. I mean, up to the roof, up to the ceiling. And you'll get a different stretch in that way. Last breath. And then slowly bring it back to center. All right. Let's go ahead and slowly bend that right leg. Take that left leg across that right leg. This is called figure four. You're familiar with that. A lot of times the first thing I see is people doing this and lifting the head and then the tailbone. And really that's not doing anything. Giving you a neck ache. So maybe the strap here. Really all you want to do is just bring the legs into the chest, okay? You want this outer hip flexor, IT to get some stretch. You want to make sure that that right foot, that left foot and that right foot are both flexed so that both those feet are engaged and they protect the knees. If it feels good to press that left knee out, great. If it feels good to use the band in between here, great. I personally like to be here. So my right elbow, the inside crease, the left foot is there. Left elbow crease is around my left leg, and then my right hand is just going to hang on my shin. And I'm going to inhale and exhale. Keeping my feet flexed, my tailbone down, my spine in neutral, breathing in and out, and keeping that P and gas squeeze. And then I'm going to release that out. And then I'm just going to cactus the arms and allow my left foot to fall over to the right for a gentle twist and wiggle my shoulders flat. And then I'm just going to separate my left side, my left hip from my left shoulder. I want to just breathe in and let the legs flow. Again, inhale. And as we do more videos, we'll get a little faster. Release that left leg out. You can do some windshield wipers here. Let's take that strap onto that right foot. And of course, let's get it all tangled before we get it on there. And get onto the ball of the foot. And I'm just going to start off with, articulating the foot. Left foot, what is it doing? It's stacked, hip, knee, ankle. And I'm just going to start with pointing and flex. Just get some mobility into that ankle. And again, keeping the P and gas lightly engaged, not so hard squeezing up and in. Breathe. Try not to let your ankle out. Try to really adjust back and forth. Last one. Hold that point. Now we're going to flare the toes, scrunch, flare, scrunch, flare, scrunch, flare, and scrunch. Okay, nice and easy. Remember keeping that knee bent if you need to. Left hand's going to come out to a T. Right elbow is going to come down as I allow that right foot to come. A nice little stretch. Keeping that left hip from lifting up, yeah. Maybe putting that left hand there. Allowing that left knee to fall open. Squeezing that gas gently, keeping that engaged. Smiling, it's cat day. I don't know when my cat is, she's the only one that's not here. Inhale. And exhale, bring it on up. Left hand to the top up, right hand down. We're going to go for a little twist. Now remember, you can keep the left knee bent. You want to just get a stretch there, or you can straighten it. Keep that right hip down. Breathe, flex that foot. Breathe. Let's turn the top of the foot up to the ceiling and get an outer stretch. Oh la la. Inhale back. Let's bend that. Bend that left knee comes in. We're going to take that left foot across the right for a figure four. And again, any variation that works for you. I like to bring that crease. One of these days I'll be able to hook those hands. So because I can't, I can use the strap. Oh yeah, that's major better. So it really helps get that, that hip flexor on the right side. You know, it's really funny because you think your right side's, your left side's tighter. It's my bad side, I don't ever use it. But sometimes, you know, when you get just a little assistance, all of a sudden you feel like, oh, maybe it is my right. Breathe in and down. Slowly release. Tick tock, tick tock. Ooh. Alrighty then. Take our twist. So always inhale, lengthen, use those abs slightly engaged as you slowly lower those feet down. Now, if you can't bring that foot down in the leg down, use the longer pillow underneath. Bring this bad boy over. And put it under my legs and my foot instead. And then I'm allowed to really wiggle my shoulders flat and gaze the opposite direction. So you really want to have that long spine separating that right hip and right shoulder. So whatever works for you in the twist. Okay. Inhale and exhale back to center. And we're just going to separate those legs and windshield wipers. We're going to bring those knees in one at a time for a little happy baby. Open those legs wide. Set the feet up. Again, this is a pose where whatever is flexible for you, you will do. Remember to keep the booty down. Eventually, get the hands to the outside and the elbows to the outside of the knees, along with that spine engaged and neutral on the mat. I'm like, the words are not coming out of my mouth. Few more breaths. If you feel like doing a little stretch, a little Peter Pan is what I call it. Taking one leg in and one leg out, like a giant check mark. Check. All right, last stretch here. And we're going to prepare for Shavasana. And Shavasana is very, very important. And what it means is corpse pose. And what does that mean? You've heard of the term before. Some of us with our grandparents that I'll rest when I'm dead. So truly that's what it is. Corpse pose is dead man's pose. So you want to find a comfortable place on the mat to lay down. I'm going to ring 3 bells when I want you to come back to life. So in the meantime, find a nice comfortable spot. Always grab water when you need it. Maybe take this time to cover the eyes. Just allow yourself to melt around. Closing the eyes, softening the forehead. Releasing the jaw. Allowing the tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. Swallowing, releasing the throat. The shoulders peeling down away from the ears. And the arms alongside the hips, either palms up or palms down. Up for receiving, down for grounding. Whatever feels good to you. You can also sit in this little meditation. Totally up to you. I prefer corpse pose, and so obviously does my cousin. She's already relaxed. And then just allow the breath to slowly come into the body, filling you up like a balloon. And imagine going to every cell of the body. Hold it just for 3 seconds. And then allow the exhale to be longer. Each of the count of 7. Imagine that you're rolling up their mattress, trying to get all the air out of your body. Keep breathing, keep going. Your mind on your breathing. That's hard to do. Count. Or maybe a mantra of gratitude as you inhale and exhaling what no longer serves you. Mhm. Keeping your eyes closed. Keep your thoughts positive. Thoughts become words. Keep your words positive. Words become behavior. Keep your behavior positive. Behavior becomes habit. Keep your habits positive. Habits become value. Keep your values positive. Your values become destiny. Out there, out there. If you feel like putting your fingers toes, so allow yourself to keep your eyes closed. Rolling on to one side. It feels good. Fetal position. Take about 3 breaths to ground, to restore the balance. If you feel like sitting up, join me. If not, lay there. It was such a pleasure bringing you this gentle stretch. Please leave me some comments on YouTube, any questions and things that you'd like to see me show you how to do. I will be doing a series of chair and other things that we can do. Some of these stretches on a chair, which is behind me. I have all these wonderful tools that I'm going to be bringing to you. Like I said, I am 57. I've been through a lot of weight changes and accidents in my time, so I'm bringing you beginner stuff that has helped me get stronger in my body. So please leave me your comments. Anyway, have a great Saturday. God bless you all. Stay safe. Namaste.
Yeah, I'm kind of close, sorry.